I'm not talking. Yeah, I know you gave me the count in, but I'm not talking. I'm not talking because you cut me off too many times. Anyway, anyway, the B-roll we're going. I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
You're one of those hard to work with people, aren't you?
I'm one of those.
You're one of those prima donnas.
A prima donna. Yeah. You mean a Devo?
You're a diva, yeah.
No, Devo.
Devo?
Yeah, Devo.
Like the band Devo? We are Devo.
Well,
can't give me no satisfaction.
Well, Devo is the male version of diva.
Is it? No.
Yeah, Devo.
No, it's not.
Devo was Devo.
Where did you
Devo.
read that? So the band Devo is a bunch of divas that are male?
I'm not going to get into that. I don't know why they call themselves that, but yeah, that's what it is. The Devo is the male version of a diva, right? So yeah.
Okay.
According
to you.
According to me. According to the B-roll. Yeah, if not, then we're going to cut that out. We're going to edit that. Yeah, it's been a big day. It's been a big couple weeks, man. Long time no see. Long time no talk to y'all people. Here we go. Boom. Breaking news. I'm not going to start with the other stuff that's so dynamic, but I'm going to start with this stuff. I don't know if you heard about this guy named Daybell. He's Chad Daybell. He's from out there in Magaland, Central America. I mean, Central United States
Central
America. Central United States America. Like Utah. All right, so he's from out there, and he's been sentenced to the death sentence for triple murder. He murdered his wife. He murdered his daughter. He married some other female, and they caught up with him, and they sentenced him to death. Ain't that a kicker? Ooh, he must not have had a lot of money because they sentenced him just like that. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out. And the next thing is a couple other things I got to say. What are we going to talk about? I don't know if you heard about this big news that happened the other day.
What big news?
That big news. The big news. Ready? College.
The Knicks lost?
College. That's not news.
That's old news.
That's old news. We talked about that, and I believe, and I'll talk about that some more. I'll elaborate on that. I'll put my spin on it. B-roll spin. College grads walk out on Jim Youngkim. In case y'all know who he is, he's the Virginia governor who's giving a speech at, I think, Virginia University or something, and all the college grads just got up and walked out. It's a protest statement. They're saying that it could have been about the abortion law, the 16-week abortion law that he signed in, or it could have been about the what's going on in Israel with the Israel bombing of the Gaza Strip and the Palestinians. But I'm going to talk on that because I've been holding back. Have we talked about that? No, not yet. I'm going to speak on that. Yes, I'm going to speak on that. I wasn't going to speak on that, but I'm speaking on that. I've been meaning to speak on that for a while. I just didn't know how to present it. But anyway, so yeah. The next thing is the WNBA. I just want to touch the WNBA because you got these two exceptional rookies, right? That's kind of reminiscent of Bird and Magic. In case y'all know who Bird and Magic is, they are two of the greatest players ever to play this game. Magic, Bird probably being the greatest small forward to play this game. I know, in contradiction to what many people think that LeBron is. No, he's a great player, but Bird was, in my opinion, in many people's opinion, the greatest small forward to ever play this game. Of course, Magic is the greatest point guard ever to play this game. And I'm not trying to throw no shade on any other point guards. No. Because there have been a whole bunch of great ones. But I keep telling people, when you want to compare people to Magic, especially from modern day to 2000, 2010s and stuff like that, because they act like, basketball didn't start until 2000, to 2010, until LeBron James was drafted, right? But Magic Johnson, and I tell everybody, when Magic Johnson came in the league, he was coming up against Larry Bird. Larry Bird won the Rookie of the Year. Magic Johnson came in second. But at the end of that year, Magic Johnson walked away with the Finals MVP and the championship. Yeah, as a rookie, Magic Johnson led the LA Lakers to a championship. And before people started talking about Jabbar was injured. So he didn't play. That last game, he didn't play. And Magic Johnson just let him, he said, look, he went and sat in the captain's chair because when they were riding the bus all the time. So Kareem had his chair, his seat up in the front. Everybody knew that's the captain. Kareem's the captain. That's his seat. Don't sit in there. Magic walked on the bus. Kareem wasn't there. He plopped right into the seat. Boom. He said, you know what? I don't know about y'all. I don't know about the rest of the world. But we're going to win this game tonight, people. And he went out there to put on, I can't even describe what he did. He put on one of the most magnificent displays of basketball in NBA history. To give you an idea, I think he dropped like 42 points. 42 points. He's a rookie. 42 points. Pulled down like seven to 9 rebounds. Dropped like 13 assists. He even had a couple steals. This kid went out there as a rookie. I think he was like 19, 20 years old. A rookie. He went out there and brought an NBA championship against the most dominant team, one of the most dominant teams in NBA history, which was the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, to tell you how stacked that team was, they had 7 first-round Hall of Famers on that team. Wow. And their coach was a first-rounder Hall of Famer. Think about that. That's what Magic Johnson led the LA Lakers up against. And they walked away NBA champions, finals champion. Greatest point guard ever. Ever. Other people say, yo, this guy got stats over him. John Stockton. Don't get me wrong, John Stockton, a great point guard. A monster. All right? The most assists ever. But when it comes down to it, what really counts on the resume? The stats when it comes to championships. Magic Johnson led LA to 5 NBA championships. You got it. John Stockton, like I said, he's great, but he couldn't get over the hump. Some people say it was Michael Jordan. Well, actually, most people say it was Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, we'll talk about that some other day. I'm going to do that just to piss off all the bronzesexuals out here. Yeah, that's a term. Bronzesexual is a term, okay?
What?
Bronzesexual is a term. That's a term, a phrase to describe those fanatic LeBron James fans. Okay. You know, like MAGAs. You know, they're like the basketball version of MAGAs.
Don't insult them like that.
Oh, no. No. That's not an insult. That's a pretty accurate comparison. That is. And they just keep putting their foot in their mouth because whenever somebody mentions anybody else and don't put LeBron's name in it, they just lose their crap. How dare you? Stephen A. Smith is one of those wishy-washy ones. When they put somebody put Kobe Bryant above LeBron James, and he lost it. What? How dare you put Kobe Bryant above LeBron James? Because he's been saying that LeBron James is the number 2 greatest of all time. Okay, I could put Michael in that argument. I could put in the top 15, I could put Kobe in that argument. But I could think of another 9 players better than LeBron. But I deviate. Anyway, I deviate with that. More news. Fox News. The Fox News. I don't know if you guys have been watching Fox News Channel. They lost their mind over a certain incident that happened a few days ago. They just lost their mind, and they happen to have I won't say a podcaster, a YouTube broadcaster.
Keep going. You don't have to stop because I put some fancy sound effects in.
No, I like the sound, fancy sound effects. What you said.
The news.
The news.
Here's the news.
Here's the news.
With Keith.
Thank you. IB Keith. And IB Keith, the Bebo. So yeah, called Charlamagne, right? Charlamagne the God, I think, from the Breakfast Club, the YouTube channel, the Breakfast Club. So anyway, he's on Gutfeld. I forgot what his name is. I don't know if it's Ernie or whatever. But anyway, Gutfeld is his show, right? A former newspaper producer, failed newspaper producer, who's now a Fox show host, right? He hosts a show, Gutfeld, right? So he's got him on there, and he got this other guy, some dude, some big guy with a big, big roughy duffy. Kind of remind me of what was that guy name? You remember the wrestler, Captain.
Lou Albano?
Lou Albano. Yeah, he kind of reminded me of Lou Albano, sitting down there with a big, silvery, platinum-y looking chain, thick busts around, looking like chain on, and talking about, I voted for Obama twice, and I guess I'll be voting for Trump for a third time. And I'll tell you why. Because these Democrats, I'm gonna get to Charlamagne. He goes, yeah, I'll tell you why. Because okay, get it out, guys, spit it out. Because a lot of people like to bring up the thing that Trump said that he was going to not leave office. The Trump saying he's not going to leave office. People saying he's not going to leave office. Of course he's going to leave office. Of course. He's in charge of the biggest military in the world. And they're going to see that he leave office. Garbage.
Garbage?
It's garbage. In case you don't know what I mean by garbage, I mean it's trash. That's a stupid statement. Why? Because he's already talking about replacing everybody on the top of the military chain, everybody on every level of government, every office, and he's going to put his people in there. Like Hitler did. Like Hitler. And you wonder why people call him fascists. See, this is why they like to call other people fascists, because they engage in fascism and communist tactics, right? So that's garbage. I can't use the other acronym, because if I use the other acronym, I might get ding. So yeah, it's garbage. The guy said he wants to do away with the Constitution, and this guy's still talking about supporting them. Right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's how stupid can you get? As stupid as you will allow them to get. That's my answer. My response to these individuals who make these stupid statements and do these stupid things. How stupid can you get? As much as you, the listeners, you, the people, allow them. You allow them to get away with things that you wouldn't hold the other side accountable. You will not hold them accountable. You won't hold any of these Fox News propagandists, speakers, leaders accountable. Like you'll hold what you call the liberal media or the mainstream media. You won't hold them. You won't hold the politicians. You won't hold the speakers to the same level of accountability. So when this guy comes up and goes, hey, see, we got the strongest military in the world, and they'll never let it happen. It's once again, it's crap. Because once he gets into office, he's going to replace all of them. He already told you, I'm going to replace all of them. That's part of his plan. On his site, that's part of his thing. To replace everybody. Everybody who may get in his way, that's his goal, to replace them. So he can hand this country over to Putin and Xi and Kim Jong-un. Why? Because he liked them. He likes them. He's in love with them. He's infatuated. Who? Donald Trump. He's infatuated with him. And I'm not even talking about him yet, right?
I wasn't sure who we were talking about, actually.
I'm talking about the guy, the host, the guest on Grunfeld, who was talking about how the military is going to stop Donald Trump from staying for more than 4 years. That's crap. Because he's going to take and replace everybody, all the leadership up there, like Bush, a la Bush. That's what Bush did. It was who's the guy that he had for the Secretary of Defense? Oh my gosh, you know what I'm talking about. Those who don't know, I'm going to give you a comment that he made. The unknowns are the knowns, and the knowns are the unknowns, the factors, because those are the unknowns of which we know.
Bush's? You talking about Rumsfeld? Rumsfeld. Not Grumsfeld. Rumsfeld.
Rumsfeld. You see what I gave him that I made that comment, right? That statement, that's a statement that he made, and people are like, what? What did you just say? And so and that's what Trump is talking about doing. A la Hitler. Hitler did the same thing. Remember, Hitler replaced everybody. He didn't want nobody. P. Diddy, Sean Combs, everybody around him were yes men, kiss men, bent over men, or knees on your knees, serve me. Yeah. Sounds weird, right? Well, that's the weirdness that you're allowed to happen. Especially when you get these buffoons, these idiots and morons be talking about, hey, that's not true. Yeah.
That's what we need.
That's what we need. Because I'm stupid, and I need to have that capable leadership.
We need a dictatorship.
We need a dictatorship. Get all these libtards out of the nation. But listen up, stupid. We'll take that up at a different stage. Anyway, that's what dude was saying. So here's Charlamagne. Charlamagne was like, nah, I definitely ain't voting for Trump. And the Fox News guy, Grunfeld, was talking about, what? He said, nah, man, you heard this guy said on Truth Social, he said he wanted to get rid of the Constitution. And then he took it down. Then he said he didn't say it. But he said it. He did it. And that's why he is. This is what Charlamagne was saying, that this guy is crazy. He's saying that he's not going to endorse anybody this time because he endorsed Biden last time, but he's not going to endorse anybody this time. He's going to vote, but he's not even telling who he's going to vote for. And I respect, and I totally respect that. I totally respect that. But the fact that he's saying that, what he's saying is that, no, this guy is a sociopath, man. This guy, he's a pathological liar. He literally blamed all of the things that he said and did during the 2016 campaign. Lock her up, lock her up. No, it was the crowd was doing that. I never said lock her up. And this is what Charlamagne is saying. Listen to what this guy is saying. Listen to what Trump is saying. Listen to what he be saying. You don't ignore what he's saying. Oh, he's only joking. No, you don't joke like that. Would you let a Democrat get away with joking like that? No. Would you let anybody else get away with joking like that? No. So how do you let this fool that you know will go through with those claims? Will he put it up front? No. Is he joking or is he serious? So which one are you ignoring? You ignoring the joking part? Or you ignoring the serious part? Which one? So anyway, that was Charlamagne the God, right? From the Breakfast Club. I don't know what the number is, but it's the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne, right? So, and DJ Envy, which is another story. Apparently he got caught up in some stuff with, I'll tell you about that later. Yeah, so that being the case, let's move on. Where are my notes? I had notes, and that's what throwing me off here. Actual notes.
Yeah, don't take notes. That throws you off. Keep it all in your head.
Are we finished with the ad-lib? See, he wants to get into the B-roll, and they're going to blame me. He's going to say, it's my fault.
You need a peanut gallery.
Peanut gallery. Well, I can't. Well, give me somebody else. This guy's a genius. He over trying. You know what? That's what he's like that guy. How do you know he's a genius? Because he makes everybody think that he's not. He's not. Not Donald Trump. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's a moron. Okay, he's a moron. He's not. He's not the president. So I'm not. I'm not disrespecting the president. I'm disrespecting somebody else who is not bright. But the brightest thing he did, this time was to actually get a jury. But I'm not talking about him yet. Let's talk about the law enforcement agent officer who killed the airman Roger Fortson. Serious conversation here. We heard about it a couple weeks ago. Well, he killed him, right? He opened the door, came banging on the door, boom, 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 boom. If y'all saw the videos on YouTube or whatever, news and stuff, they show you the things like that. You know what happened, what led up to it. Boom, boom, boom. He banged on the door, boom, boom, moved on the side. Moved to the side. Hey. So the airman opened the door, and in his hand, to his side, he had a firearm. Well, that's nothing legal about that, is it? He's in his residence. Somebody banging on your door, you open up the door, and you got your firearm. If it's to your side, you're okay, right? You're supposed to be okay. The law enforcement agent had his weapon. Looked to me like it was already drawn and pointing. So think about that. He then issued a command. That command was simple. Step back. Remember that? Step back. That was the command. And then, 2 seconds later, he discharged his weapon. But here's the crazy thing. If you look, and this is what I was trying to tell people all the time, when you see him stepping back, you see the hand go up like the empty hand, okay, as if to say, okay, I'm stepping back. I'm following your command. And as his hand went up, he got shot and killed for following the command. Once you just review what we saw from the body cam, you see something that wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Somebody lost his life for simply being I have to say, a black man with a gun in his hand. That's it. Not illegal. Not illegal. And that's happened too many times in this country. That happens too many times in this country. And somebody posed a question. They said, you know what I would like for you to do on your radio show? Because they know I got a podcast. They know I got a show. I go, yeah, sure. For the right to lifers. I said, okay, what about the right to lifers? What do you want me to do to get the right to lifers, pissed off at me, right? Not you, me, because I'm not going to mention their name. So they're going to be pissed off at me. What do you want me to ask these individuals, right? Okay? And they go, just ask them this. If you're so willing to arrest a doctor for performing his duties, right? Saving the life of a mother, right? You're going to arrest her for, aborting a child, right? Where do you stand, or why don't you support? No. Oh, okay. So why is it that you are against having a law enforcement agent who takes the life of an innocent person? Think about that. You right to lifers are big on claiming that doctor for taking the life of the fetus to save the life of the mother should be in prison for doing his job. So why are you not that? Why don't you have the same? Let me paraphrase it. Why don't you have the same energy when a law enforcement agent takes the life of an innocent person? Why? I said, okay. Maybe when some right to lifers hear this, they won't, be so brutal against me. Like, okay, all right. Well, I'll go for it. I'll pose that question, which is a good question. I think it's a good question. It's a fabulous question. It's fabulous. Fabulous. So now, here we go. Next segment. You heard about the big criminal case? Yeah. Yeah, the big criminal case. Have you heard about it? Have you heard about it? Thank you. Breaking news. The Biden DOJ system, justice system, is prosecuting the most prosecuted man in American history. That's right. That's right. You didn't think I was going to show no love, right? I'm not going to show no love to Hunter Biden. Ding! Ding! Thank you. Hunter Biden, the most prosecuted man, most persecuted man in American history. He's persecuted in Congress. He's persecuted at the DOJ. And what has this man done? A gun violation? Smoking crack? And they got pissed off, and the other half of the idiot spear is pissed off because somebody who engaged in not election fraud, election tampering, but it's a violation, election violations, right? Campaign violations, because that's what it's about. The other guy, I ain't gonna tell you who he is. I'm gonna keep it a secret. So y'all know who it is. Anyway, the prosecution of Hunter Biden starts this week, right? He actually has, I think, 2 cases going on. One is in California, and one is in Washington, D.C., right? Both by what? By what? By the Joe Biden DOJ. Hold up. But the Joe Biden DOJ is prosecuting somebody named Hunter Biden? That's crazy. Sounds familiar, right? Yeah, because they're father and son. He stayed out of the Donald Trump thing, and he's staying out the thing with his son. It is what it is. Give the man credit for being neutral. Look, son, I can't help you, dog. I can't help you. You're my son. I love you. My only son. I love you. I understand everything that you've been through. Everything, all the struggles, all the trials and tribulations. But some things that people think that those improprieties there, and I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. You know what that's called? That's called being a man. On both accounts. Hunter Biden, for taking up his thing, he even asked Dad, maybe you could do something. No, he ain't doing that. He manning up. He went and got his lawyers. He's manning up. Say, okay, let's handle this. Joe Biden is saying, media say, well, what are you doing? Well, we know how that goes. We remember an incident similar to this in no. What was it? It was like, I think 1600 BC. It was an incident with Abraham. Do you remember Abraham? Remember that? God was sacrificing his son, Abraham's son. He said, sacrifice your son, Abraham. Why? Because I want to know if you really my man. If you really loyal to me. Abraham stepped aside. He's like, son, I love you, but it is what it is. And so what happened? God sent a lamb for him to slaughter, for him to kill. But know what happened? Abraham was willing to do what was right by the Lord, by God, right? So Joe Biden is doing what's right by the law. Unlike his predecessor, who broke all the laws, who showed a total disdain for the laws and start blaming the law, victimizing him for the deeds that he did. Wow. That's crazy, right? But like I said, This big case is happening right now. And the reason why I'm saying it, because people want to try and like downplay it. But the reality is that it was a gun charge and something else that I think smoking weed or something, getting high. May have been some weird thing that you would normally get a slap on the misdemeanor, slap on the wrist. No jail time. Come in and pay the fine, as long as it's your first time offender status, right? But they're going to equate this to the actions of a felon who had documentations to betray our nation, put it on display, our nation's most secretive information, who tried to cover up an incident that we'll get into later. I'll get more into later. Tried to cover up an incident. That's what he was convicted of with these 34 felony charges, right? And trying to tamper with the election. Not only trying to tamper with the election, tried to overthrow the government. A gun charge. A gun charge compared to acts of treason, election fraud.
Don't forget January 6th.
That's the act of treason. Well, no, you're right. Yeah, that's an act of treason, insubordinate, sedition, acts of treason. That's with the records. Sedition. That's with the overturning of the. That's also treasonous. Overturning the election. Campaign fraud. That's what they call the hush money, but it was really campaign fraud, which should have been what it's actually defined as, and the trying to interfere with the election in Georgia. But let there be a good. Let's break this down. We'll break this down in a minute with that. But that's what they're trying to compare a gun charge and smoking crack to. Oh, this guy should be prosecuted just like this guy. Okay, well, this normally the only thing you get for that is a slap on the wrist, pay $1,500 fine. Boom. That's it. For every last one of those situations is heavy duty time. Heavy duty time. So now let us, and that's why I want to make that comparison so people, they'll understand I'm being fair and balanced about this, right? Gun charge, you get arrested for having a gun, right? Illegal firearm. Now this person just robbed someplace, took multiple people's lives, turned out to be drugged in, right? He's a drug-affiliated individual, and they want to equate the two, right? No, this person just got busted with like 10 kilos of cocaine or heroin, right? And this person over here smoking a joint with a nickel, with a dime bag or ounce of weed on them, they want to equate it to the same thing, right? That's Hunter Biden right there. Hunter Biden is the guy with the smoking the weed, with the, I'm not saying he was, but he's on that level, right? A C-class misdemeanor, and the other guy, we're not going to mention who the other guy is on level with being the big-time drug dealer, the mafioso boss, right? They want to give him the same sentence. They want to equate it to be the same. It's not the same. But just for the record, I'm going to elevate it for y'all, okay? Now, what we've all been waiting for. I was having a problem of how to put this out there. So I'm just going to put it out there. Our favorite subject matter. I haven't eaten since this morning. I ate one strip of bacon, a half an egg, because I wanted to come here hungry. I'm joking. I ate like 3-4 pieces of bacon. I don't know. If that gross you out, it gross you out. 2 eggs. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about it. I want to talk about the other thing. The Gaza Strip, Israel and the Palestinians. I am going to talk about that. So let me put that in there right now. I'm gonna do that as a segue right now. No, I'm not. I'm gonna finish. Let's go to the next one. I'm on a roll. Breaking news. The music. Give me the music. Breaking news. For those who haven't heard, this is going to be a blast for you, but it's going to be a spin from the IB key for the B-roll, right? With Mr. Big John C., engineer extraordinaire, working the equipment. Donald J. Trump. Felon. Okay, we got it. Yeah, Donald J. Trump. In case y'all haven't heard about it, I don't know what rock y'all couldn't be on a rock. I don't know how deep under the earth you were at, or what kind of solar system, what other solar system you was at. But if you heard, Donald Trump was convicted of 34 felonies. But I'm gonna put a spin on that, because remember, he was charged with 88. Right, 91, but then they dropped 3 in Georgia, so that was 88. So he's only charged with, 54 crimes. He's only charged with 54 crimes, but he's been convicted of 34 of them, which is the bad part of it. Which it's not so bad, but let's clear this up. They want to compare that to the other segment I was talking about. They're going to want to compare that to Hunter Biden. Oh, this is a misdemeanor. No. It was a lot worse than that. And there was, I'll tell you why. They want to make it, she was a whore.
Hunter Biden's not running for president.
Yeah, Hunter Biden's not running for president, first of all. And they want to try and downplay the fact that, and of course, they always want to talk about this. They want to demonize anybody who they feel that they should demonize. Like, for example, Stormy Daniels. She was the porn star that he slept with, and it wasn't 20 years ago. It wasn't 20 years ago, no. It was when Melania was pregnant. His wife was pregnant. That's when he slept with her. That's when he paid her for her, to engage in sexual intercourse with her, right? And it was crazy. I don't know if you heard her testimony. And he said it. The reason why he wanted to do it because I reminded him of his daughter. What? and people, that's not a far-fetched thing. It is not a far-fetched thing because he has said on an occasion, I think it was Ellen DeGeneres, him and Ivanka were on the show, and they were saying something. And what would you say about your daughter? What's wonderful things about your daughter? I said, my daughter's very attractive. I mean, I would like that. I would have sex with her. I would like to have sex with her. And what did you just say? What did you just say? And people just brush that off. So to say that he said that, I don't doubt she said it, but then they want to try and demonize her as being a whore. Well, you know what? He slept with a whore, a common whore, like you're saying, a common whore. He spent whatever, $100,000 to sleep with a whore. For $100,000, you could have gone to IG or Facebook or in some place and got
OnlyFans.
Yeah, you could have went to a lot of different places and got a whole bunch of them. You could have went to Puff and got some. Hey Puffy, hey, could you send me some of the ladies, man? Hey, whatever you want. I send you ladies. I send you trannies. I send you whatever you want, big dog. So yeah, that's crazy. So they try to demonize her as being a whore, but think about it. He slept with that whore. And here's the thing. He wasn't in trouble because he slept with someone else. He had an adulterous affair. No, that's not why he was in trouble. That's not why he would. That's not what the allegations was about. It was the way he did it. Because remember, I don't know if you remember. That was this scenario with Bill Clinton, and not Monica Lewinsky. No, not Monica Lewinsky. Paula Jones. I believe her name was Paula Jones.
Mm-hmm.
They had, he had slept with, apparently Bill Clinton had slept with her, right? And they paid her off. They paid her off just like that. They paid her off, right? Up front. And it's part of public record. People know about it, right? So then, what was the problem with Donald Trump? Why is Donald Trump being treated differently? Because he went about it differently. And I've said this dozens of times. I've said it a dozen times more, plus I probably said it right here on the show a dozen times. So imagine how many more times I said it away from here. The reason why he was being prosecuted, not persecuted, but prosecuted, was because of the way he went about doing it. Think about that. If he said, okay, Mike, my main man, you my man, right? Yes, my Lord and Savior, because that's without just put on the shades because he couldn't look at Donald Trump without seeing all the glitz and glamour and the brightness. Because he was starstruck. Michael Cohen was starstruck. He even said it. Look, I would have taken a bullet for this man. You can't get more starstruck than that, man. Right? You ain't security. You ain't Secret Service. He was just a regular lawyer who said he would have given his soul in existence to protect Donald Trump. So here's the deal. If Donald Trump would have said, okay, Mike, pay her off, and say he went and gave her $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, whatever, right? And Donald Trump went into his billions of dollars. Remember the billions of dollars he said he got? He said he had. If he'd have went into that billions of dollars and said, all right, Mike, here you go. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Right? That's clean. It's clean cut. The same thing that Bill Clinton did, only a third party would have done it. Right? But that's not what the problem was. The problem was that he then took money, started filtering money from the campaign to reimburse Michael Cohen. That's where the crime occurred. They didn't have to prove that he did it. It was the intent of doing it. Do you understand this? I know some people understand this. And a lot of other people are like, well, I don't understand. It's not the fact of what he did with the porn star, the adultery. Nah, that's nothing. I'm serious. I don't mean to belittle it, but it's nothing. It's literally nothing to what the problem is. The problem was that how he went about repaying it to Michael Cohen. Had he went into his account and said, to what was it, Weisselberg? Hey, Weisselberg, Mr. Weisselberg, why don't you give Michael $200,000? All right, we good. Boom, that's it. But he didn't. He took it from the campaign and started to pay off Michael Cohen, calling it legal expenditures or for legal fees or whatever that for the campaign that Michael Cohen had did for the campaign. See, that's what the problem was. You feel me? That's the problem. It's not the fact that he paid off the porn star. It's the way he tried to reimburse and he took it from the campaign. That's campaign finance fraud. That's campaign finance fraud. That's why Bill Clinton didn't. They'd stopped right there. Once he did the hush payment, once he did the payment to shut her up or whatever, then it was done. Up front, people knew about it. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. He tried to hide it, and he took it from the campaign. Again, had he take that money from one of his accounts, from one of his $1 billion or whatever, those 5 multi-billion dollars that he got, if he took the $200,000 from a few billion, that's like one of us, like that's less than one of us losing a penny. Think about that. That's like you misplacing a dime. It's worse than you play. That's even less than you replacing a dime. Your dime has more value than to that $200,000 to a multi-billionaire. Think about that. That's how shiftless and stupid he is. And then here's the deal: when Michael Cohen got hemmed up, and this is why I feel no sympathy for that rat. Not Michael Cohen, Donald Trump. That's what a rat is. A rat is somebody whose hands are dirty, get involved, and all of a sudden they turn. Or they turn their back on you. When you was doing what you was doing for them, working for them. Sammy the Bull Gravano. He literally had more than 20 bodies on him. He cut a deal with the federal government to bring down Gotti and what was Gotti's family? The Bonanos? He wasn't the Bonanos, right?
Gotti family was Gotti. No.
No. The family that he was in charge of.
I thought he was in charge of his own family.
Yeah, but he got it from Castellano. So was that Bonanos? Well, anyway, without deviating, and he got a slap on the hand and relocated somewhere. Because he ratted out everybody else.
That's how a plea bargain works.
That's how plea bargain work. So then they called Michael Cohen a rat because they got him sitting in jail. He's sitting in jail when Donald Trump could have just said, you know what? That's crazy. I can't believe they did that to Michael. Just because he's my lawyer. And pardoned him. He pardoned Michael Flynn, and a half a dozen other people. He pardoned Lil Wayne. He pardoned Kodak Black. But of course, they had to drop $1 million apiece. And the CEO from Death Row, they had to drop $1 million apiece. But nevertheless, he pardoned them. And pardoned Michael Flynn. He pardoned any and everybody else that was around him in his administration, affiliated with him in that way. And they were caught up in legal struggles, right? And they were found guilty. He pardoned them. Paul Manafort, he pardoned them. Why wouldn't you pardon Michael Cohen? He held it down for you, dude. So the federal government said, you know what? Hey, why don't you give us some information and we'll let you go. We'll work out a deal because that's what plea bargaining is. You can do a plea bargain before or after sentencing, right? A plea bargain is a plea bargain. When they knock off time from you, then you copping up, you providing. It's a plea, whether it's before or after sentencing or incarceration. That's what the plea bargain. That's what plea bargain is, to knock your time off, either to absolve you of that or shorten it. So Michael Cohen took it. He was looking at 4 years. I think he was looking at doing 4 years. He did 2. And then Donald Trump started calling him a rat. No, you the rat. Everybody out there who knows that Donald Trump is a rat. All you clowns and morons who think you know about the streets and understand that, you have no idea. There's a difference between a snitch and a rat.
Seems like calling somebody a rat is admitting guilt.
When you calling somebody,
if you did nothing wrong, then you can't be a rat.
Yeah, you calling the guy a rat. I mean, you calling him a rat, but he's the rat. because he, it was him that Michael Cohen took the hit for. Michael Cohen took the hit for him. So why didn't you just pardon him? Since it was federal charges, on the federal level. You feel me on this? You follow me on this? That's how it works. That's just how it works. And so now he's a felon. And people are like, oh yeah, no, he's the victim. He's not the victim. He's not like you. He's not like you. Okay? I'm gonna talk just like I talk if I was 30 years ago. He's nothing like you, all right? He's nothing like me, he's nothing like you. Before Kendrick Lamar dropped that on Drake, he's not like us. We were saying that for a long time, all right? He's not like you, he's not like me. He's not. He's a rat. And he's a smelly rat who wear diapers and need other people to change his diapers because he's so out of shape and fat and flabby and he's disgusting. I know big, heavy-set people. You might even call them fat, but they're cool. He's a disgrace. He's a disgrace. He's as a physical human being. He's a disgrace. You want to talk about Biden? Biden is 81 years old. Okay, Biden's 81 years old. But you don't hear him rambling and but didn't. What are you talking about? And I beat Obama. Somebody was just bringing it to my attention. Big John C was bringing it to my attention how late now he's saying that Biden beat Obama. Before he was saying, oh, and nobody thought I could beat Obama. What? Well, you didn't. It was because you weren't going to run against Obama. And then Hillary Clinton and y'all like ignore that. This is stupidity. That's incoherence.
It's called Alzheimer's.
That's worse than Alzheimer's. Because he be like picking things up that don't make no sense. Alzheimer's when you like forget things, right?
A little more than that. You're easily confused. He's showing his age.
We're gonna call it Trumpheimer. What is it? Alzheimer's? Yeah. Trumpheimer's disease. Because this guy is totally off his rocker. He's off his rocker. And I don't say that because I hate him. I say it because it is what it is. All right? You listen to Biden speak, and you listen to Trump speak, and say, what? They try, however Donald Trump is, that's what they try, that's what they want you to think about Joe Biden. But that ain't the reality. Okay? So now, that being said, I got to touch on Hamas, Israel and Hamas. I got to touch Israel and Palestine and the Gaza Strip. I got to touch on that. Here, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say Israel is good. I'm not going to say no good guy, bad guy. But I'm going to tell you like this. For all you students out there who are trashing Israel, I get it. But then you're going to have to understand something. The first punch came from Hamas, and then Hamas interwove themselves within the Palestinian population there. So you should be just as more pissed off at Hamas for the cowardice that they are exhibiting. I get it. You're condemning Israel for their brutality. But you should be more pissed off at Hamas for throwing that first punch and then hiding amongst the population. You feel me? I didn't know how to say this before. I was going to say that you're lost, blah, 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 but I get where you're coming from. I truly get where you're coming from. I really do. You are rage. You got rage in you. But you're not directing it the right way. You're not directing it in a balanced way. You should also be directing it at Hamas. You should be directing it at Iran as well. Because the only time Iran got something to do with you is when they want to use you. Think about that. Iran could be giving billions of dollars to Muslims all throughout the Gaza Strip, helping them build up. But the only time you see them giving money is when they want to initiate something against Israel, it seems like. You get me? So you got to look at everything. You're looking at a canvas, right, with a lot of paint up there, right? The smudges up there. You know, you got to like try to figure out how you want to, how those lines need to be drawn, and what emphasis you want to put in. You can't just say, "Oh, look at this painting," and you just put a painting that says, "Okay, green." Just green, just flat green, right? No special lines in there, just a smooth green canvas with smooth green paint and says Israel. When in fact, you should be looking at the other colors that are missing from there, and that's the actions of Hamas and the actions that Hamas continue to carry on with. You're not condemning them at all. You know what you are? You're like Fox News. Yeah, you're not fair, you're not balanced, but you want to pretend you are. Right? You want to go at the liberals, you want to go at the Democrats, but you don't really hold the Republicans and conservatives or Donald Trump accountable. Right? That's what you need to be doing. You need to be looking at Hamas and saying, y'all need to be leaving the Gaza Strip. And y'all have enough clout to do so. All right, y'all have enough clout to do so. Look, let's face it. Let's say Donald Trump is elected. You got conservatives. What's going to happen with our Hamas? Donald Trump is going to give Israel the weapons. Boom. You think about that? Donald Trump is going to give them the weapons. The same way Donald Trump put Ukraine in the situation that they're in when he withheld the weapons to defend themselves from Russia, because if Ukraine had this stuff from the beginning, Russia would have never moved on them. They would have never moved on them. So I get what your anger and your frustration is all about. I do. But you just aiming that at Israel, and you look like the bad guys. You look like the fool. You giving the media fodder to run with, when you should be holding Hamas more accountable for their action of cowardice. Yes, that was an act of cowardice. They attacked a venue where there was nothing but civilians. And then they went and hid amongst nothing but civilians. And when the retaliation came, they continue to hide in there. I can pretty much give you a guarantee that if you took on that approach, you would look a whole lot better and would get a whole lot more done. And I just want to say with that, this is the B-roll. I be Keith and Big John C. We back. We know you missed us, right? You don't even know you missed us, right? Well, let me tell you, I know y'all missed us. You clowns. I don't know what to say. I'm just sit here and relax. How about my new shirt?
It's a nice shirt.
Thank you.
It goes with the background.
What? Okay, yeah.
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 Say goodbye.
Goodbye.